for today, but this is gentle flow yoga. So we're going to use a lot of props to pretty much make you feel as comfortable as possible. Being comfortable while working out is essential, especially since when you're starting off or if you're dealing with injuries or any sort of um, pre-existing pain or so forth. Always consult with your doctor before starting any sort of new workouts. But I believe these workouts will be safe enough for anyone to perform, especially with props. I know some of you may have some knee issues, and I do encourage you propping some pillows or some rolled up blankets underneath your knees to better assess the workout today. I will be using props myself, even though I don't need them. I will be using props myself just to demonstrate what the props would look like as you perform in these workouts. As we're also working out and working on our core, I want you to get in the headspace of being a child again and what it means to be a child. So our agenda, I'm not sure if anybody was able to even look at it, but agenda today was to tap into the inner child. And reason being is because when we're kids, we would scrape our knee, get back up, and keep it moving. You know, we might cry a little bit, but we keep it moving. And the logic behind why kids are a bit more resilient is because they're goal oriented. Now, it may not seem that way as a parent looking as a child, but from a child's perspective, if they want to have fun, they're going to have fun. So if they skin their knee, yeah, it's going to hurt a little bit, but they see their friends having fun, everybody else having fun. I want that fun too. So that desire overrides the little bit of pain that the pain, excuse me, that they're experiencing, and that adrenaline kicks in and they're having fun and they're doing whatever. It's usually when you start to relax and slow down, you start to feel the pain again. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because we want to tap into that power, that childlike power of being able to override a bit of pain, not too much pain. We don't want to ignore pain. We want to acknowledge that it exists and find the edge of that pain where it's bearable, not non-existent, but just uh, slightly felt. Because pain is our body's way of communicating with us, and we do not want our bodies to stop communicating with us. If anything, we want to better understand what it's saying. And that's how you practice self-love, being able to understand what those signals are, what that pain sensation means, and working with it. And the more you sit down and meditate and pay attention to your body and those signals, the better you can adjust your own practice and better understand what's going on. So, being that this is supposed to be a bed base practice. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, but we're kind of running low on time. Being that this is a bed-based practice, I will be using pillows. I will be using a blanket. This was made by my mommy Addie. And I'm also going to be using extra pillows and extra blankets for props. So you may not have a pillow this big or this size, but a regular um bed pillow. If you have like a very thick one, you can just use one, or you can stack it with two pillows, or you can even use additional sheets or blankets folded up. I'm using beach towels today because I like the firmness behind my knees. I'm actually going to use two beach towels. So whatever you have available, you can even use regular towels, but I have towels available, and we're going to quick fold this. If you want a folding session, I will be actually posting that on my YouTube page, how to fold to better support the body in these workouts. So let's get right to it. So we're going to be focusing on our core. We're going to also be paying attention to our knees, making sure our knees are comfortable, because I know some of you have knee injuries and knee surgery. And also, with that being said, we want a little bit of a support for our ankles. So you can use a bed sheet, what is it called? A pillowcase and prop it underneath your heels. That way you feel even more support. Your feet are not dingling or it's not too much of a bend in your knees, or too much of a gap between the bed and your back of your heels. So this is kind of like more yin-ish yoga flow. We're not going to do anything too crazy, but I do want this to feel like we're in bed. You can be in bed, but I would like for this to feel like we're in bed. Now, for the pillow, I want to see your shoulder blades more propped up on your pillow, not just your head. Reason being, if you put your head just on the pillow, it brings your chin too far down, and you need that your neck to be lengthened to get proper breath. So we're going to put our shoulders on the blanket, and if you have any more sheets, you can prop this behind your neck, lay down. Mm. So our first movement, it's just going to be paying attention to the breath. Yes, it's a movement because our body is naturally moving as we're breathing. Make sure you're comfortable. And we're just going to bring awareness to our breath, and it's how we naturally breathe. You can have your hands on your chest or by your side, whichever you prefer. And we're just going to pay attention to our breath. We're going to take one deep inhale, and we're going to slowly relax our muscles as we exhale. Deep inhale again, and slowly relax our muscles as we exhale. Now, if you have the ability, bring one hand to the chest, one to the stomach, and I want you to breathe in to your lower abdominal in your pelvic area while trying to keep the chest from rising too much. We focus on getting the lower abdominal and the pelvis to rise just slightly as we inhale, excuse me, and exhale. Feel your lower belly blow up like a balloon, just slightly as we inhale. Make sure our chest is slightly compressed down and not moving as we inhale into the belly and then exhale. Try to inhale with no tension in the neck, shoulders, back, and exhale. Inhale. Allow that belly to rise a little bit more at the lower abdominal. And then we're going to slowly allow it to collapse to the spine. Now, while we're laying here, I want you to imagine your tailbone and your spine. Our spine comes down the center of our backs and it connects down to the tailbone. Now, the base of the spine, and when I mention base of the spine, I mean tailbone. So we're going to point our tailbone forward as much as we can. That would allow you to flatten your back. Now, some people say bring your pelvis forward, which you can do, but I find the cueing of paying attention and focusing on the tailbone and allowing the tailbone to be your guide to be more effective and also helps with alignment. I have hip issues on my right side, so that alignment is really crucial for me. Now that we're focusing on our tailbone and pointing that tailbone, we're going to now point that tailbone up towards the sky, which will shift our pelvis slightly upward in. And then we're going to exhale and allow it to go to neutral. We're going to inhale and we're going to exhale. Bring the tailbone up as much as we can, gently, slowly. And then we're going to inhale and then exhale back down. Again, inhale, exhale, point the tailbone upwards. That pelvis comes forward. Inhale, exhale, allow it to go back to neutral, relax. Inhale, exhale, come forward, point the tailbone upward, almost towards the sky, on the ceiling, excuse me, and then relax the tailbone back down. Now, if you can, bring your feet onto the floor or to the bed. If you need more support under your knees, please feel free to put more support on your knees. I'm going to put more support because I need my knees a little bit higher for this next pose. Okay, now our feet should be planted on the bed, hip distance apart. I'll put my blanket back on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave it off so you can see. But you can have your blanket on. I just want to demonstrate that you can do this from the comfort of your bed, even with your sheets on. Just be as comfortable as possible. Now, we're going to do what we were doing before, but now our knees are more bent. And we're going to tilt the tailbone. We're going to bring it up and back down. Keep pointing it, lengthening the spine, point it upward. Exhale. Inhale, relax. Inhale, exhale. Lengthen the spine, pushing through gently through the tailbone as we point it towards the sky. And then we're going to exhale, relax. Inhale, exhale, point the tailbone up to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale it back down. Relax. We're working out our core here, the deep transverse abdominis. And a little bit of our abs. Now we're going to do something a little bit more intense. We're going to now lift. So as we lift, we're going to push first, tilt the pelvis forward, allowing the tailbone to guide you. Lengthen that spine. Keep the spine nice and long. Push down into your feet. And we're going to do a gentle lift, just a few inches off the ground and back down. Inhale, exhale, point the tailbone. Now lift it to the ceiling. Push down into your feet, into your shoulder blades. Lift, exhale, back down. Inhale, point, point it. Lengthen the spine, push into the feet, push through your shoulders. Keep the spine lengthened. Exhale back down. A few more times. Point the tailbone up to the sky. Push down into the feet, into the shoulder blades. Keep your body length, your spine lengthened. And lower back down. One more time. Lengthen the spine. Point the tailbone. Point it to the sky. Push down to the feet, to the shoulder blades. Go as high as you can this time without pain, without discomfort. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, and slowly back down to the bed or the floor. Okay, now this next one is going to be a little complicated if your legs, if you have any issues. If you're not able to twist your knee or bring your foot, your ankle to your left knee, then I suggest you just keep your heel onto your left knee, just like this. And what we're going to do is bring our knee to our chest. For those of you who are able to flare your knee outward, put your ankle on top of your left knee. Bring your left knee to your chest and hold it. You should feel a stretch here. Push through the heel of your left knee. Left heel. Open up that left knee, the right knee, and go as close as you can to your chest until you feel a stretch. It shouldn't be too intense. If it's too intense, back off. You should do it just a little bit up to a point where you can actually feel the stretch. And we're going to breathe here. Now, as we're breathing here, we're just exploring this sensation. We explore it with curiosity, like a child does when they experience something for the first time. Ask a few questions like, ooh, wonder why I'm so tight right here around my hip area. Or maybe feeling your glutes. Why am I so tight in the glutes? How does it feel being in this position? Is it fun? Some of you might not consider this fun, but just be curious as to, why is this happening? And breathe through the sensation. See if you can send some love and affection to that area. Then we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly release the leg back down to the bed or the ground, wherever you are. And as Place our right foot, excuse me, back down. Now we're going to bring our left knee up. We're going to bring it onto the right knee. Bring our heel to the right knee. And then we're gonna pull gently until we feel the sensation of a stretch inward. And for those of you who can flare your knee outward, bring your ankle to your knee, pull it in. It sounds like we're out of time.